Today we're going to talk about mental contrasting. Mental contrasting is an evidence-based technique that's useful for helping you hit goals that seem really intimidatingly far away. So, for example, let's say you want to run a marathon and you're there and you're like 26.2 miles. That's absolutely insane. How am I going to be able to do all that? And oftentimes you just get intimidated and overwhelmed and say, like, what's the point? You know, what's the difference between a mile and a mile and a half? You know, it's not going to make any difference. But the technique essentially involves taking where you are today. Let's say you can continuously run 1 mile before dying, and comparing it to where you're going to be, 26 miles, and thinking along the way, what is something that someone who has gotten there has done? And then you create a small intermediate goal between where you are and where you want to be. So for example, someone who can run 26 miles can also run 2 miles continuously. And so you say, well, I'm only at a mile or a mile and a half, but I can get to 2 miles. I can make that goal. I can get to that intermediate goal. And you contrast where you are, where you want to be for those, for that, let's say 2 miles, and figure out what you need to do to get there. And once you bootstrap yourself up to that next level of being able to run 2 miles, then you basically do it again. It's kind of like a little like mental hack that lets you slowly come up with more tractable goals and figure out a path to the next step, to the next intermediate goal. So that's essentially the idea of mental contrasting and the power of intermediate goal setting. So thanks so much for listening. Tune in later when we talk about more stuff.